Imagine signing up for a virtual mailbox. You're excited because now you can receive your business mail from anywhere in the world. No more worrying about missing important documents. No more depending on friends or family to check your mailbox. Everything seems ready to go. Then you receive an email asking you to complete something called USPS Form PS 1583. Most people have the exact same reaction. What is this? Why do I need it? And why can't they just start forwarding my mail? If you've ever wondered the same thing, don't worry. You're definitely not alone. In fact, this single form confuses thousands of entrepreneurs, remote workers, digital nomads, and business owners every year. Hi, I'm Bobby Casey, founder of BusinessAnywhere.io. For more than 20 years, I've helped entrepreneurs build businesses they can run from anywhere. And one of the most common questions we receive is about USPS Form PS 1583. Today, I'm going to explain exactly what it is, why it exists, how to complete it correctly, and the mistakes you should avoid so you can activate your virtual mailbox without unnecessary delays. So let's dive in. First of all, what exactly is USPS Form PS 1583? Think of it as an authorization form. When you use a virtual mailbox, you're asking another company to receive mail on your behalf. Naturally, the United States Postal Service wants to make sure the company actually has your permission. That's exactly what Form PS 1583 does. It authorizes a commercial mail receiving agency, often called a CMRA, to accept mail in your name. Without that authorization, the provider generally can't legally receive your USPS mail for you. In other words, the form isn't there to make life difficult. It's there to protect both your identity and your mail. Now, here's another question people ask. Why doesn't everyone have to fill this out? Well, if you're simply receiving mail at your own home, there's no need. You're already the person receiving it. But once someone else is receiving your mail on your behalf, the Postal Service requires documented authorization. It's an extra layer of security, and honestly, that's a good thing. Let's talk about what you'll generally need before completing the form. One of the most important requirements is identity verification. Typically, you'll need to provide acceptable forms of identification that satisfy USPS requirements. The goal is simple. The Postal Service wants to confirm that the person authorizing mail delivery is actually who they claim to be. This helps reduce fraud, identity theft, and unauthorized mail handling. Here's something that catches many people off guard. Completing the form isn't always enough by itself. Depending on your provider and the verification method being used, additional identity verification steps may also be required before your mailbox becomes fully active. That's why it's important to carefully follow the instructions provided by your virtual mailbox company. Doing everything correctly the first time usually makes the process much smoother. Now let's talk about another area where people often get confused. Business accounts. If you're opening a virtual mailbox for your LLC or corporation instead of yourself personally, you'll generally need to include the appropriate business information on the authorization form as required. Remember, the Postal Service wants to know exactly who is authorized to receive mail, whether that's an individual, a business entity, or both. Providing complete and accurate information from the beginning helps avoid unnecessary delays. Now, here's one mistake I see surprisingly often. People rush. They skim the instructions. They accidentally leave sections incomplete. Maybe a signature is missing. Maybe an address doesn't match supporting documents. Maybe identification isn't uploaded correctly. The result? Everything stops. The virtual mailbox provider has to request corrections. The customer has to resubmit documents. And what could have taken a short amount of time suddenly turns into days of waiting. A few extra minutes reviewing everything before submitting can save a lot of frustration later. Let's zoom out for a second. Why are virtual mailboxes becoming so popular anyway? The answer is flexibility. Today's entrepreneurs don't always work from one office. Many operate remotely, travel frequently, run international businesses, or simply don't want business mail arriving at their personal residence. A virtual mailbox allows you to receive, manage, scan, and forward mail without being physically tied to one location. For digital entrepreneurs especially, that's incredibly valuable. But with that convenience comes responsibility. That's why USPS requires proper authorization before mail handling begins. Here's another misconception worth clearing up. Some people confuse USPS Form PS 1583 with changing their mailing address. They're completely different things. This form doesn't automatically update your address with every government agency, bank, or company you work with. Instead, It authorizes your chosen mail receiving agency to accept USPS mail on your behalf. Those are two separate processes. Understanding that difference helps avoid confusion later. Now let's talk about security. Whenever personal information is involved, people naturally ask whether it's safe. The authorization process exists largely because security matters. The Postal Service has established procedures designed to help ensure that mail is only handled by properly authorized recipients. That's reassuring not only for individual customers, but also for businesses receiving sensitive financial or legal correspondence. And here's something I've learned after helping entrepreneurs around the world. The businesses that operate most efficiently usually build good systems from the beginning. They don't wait until mail gets lost. They don't wait until important tax documents are delayed. They put reliable processes in place early. A properly configured virtual mailbox becomes one of those systems. It creates consistency, organization, and flexibility as your business grows. Whether you're traveling full-time, managing multiple businesses, or simply separating business mail from your home address, having the right setup can make day-to-day operations much easier. So let's quickly recap. USPS Form PS 1583 is an authorization form that allows a commercial mail receiving agency to receive USPS mail on your behalf. It's an important security requirement, not just another piece of paperwork. Providing accurate information, completing any required identity verification, and carefully reviewing your submission can help avoid delays and get your virtual mailbox activated as smoothly as possible. And if you're looking for a secure virtual mailbox, LLC formation services, registered agent support, bookkeeping, or ongoing compliance management, that's exactly what we help entrepreneurs with every day at Business Anywhere. Our goal is to make running a business from anywhere in the world as simple, organized, and stress-free as possible. You'll find helpful resources and links in the description below. And remember, the best business systems don't just help you grow, they give you the freedom to work from wherever opportunity takes you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.